Good morning, Mad Hatter Nation. How you doing? It's Thursday, September 4th, 2025, which can only mean one thing. It is time. We have finally made it. Today is the opening day of the 2025 NFL season. We've got a doozy of a game. Your defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles will be taking on, Dallas. Everything that comes with the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll talk about that, as well as leading off. Guys, you can't. Look, he was gone for a week, and everybody thought he was a whoopsie poopsteed. But White House fires back after New York governor takes swipe at Trump about red zone featuring commercials. Because, look, if it's a day that ends in Y, if there's oxygen to be breathed and water to be drank, a liberal's going to blame Donald Trump for something or another, somehow, some way. That's right. It was the Orange Man. Orange Man, bad. Trump, bad. Trump, bad. Trump, bad. Bad Trump, bad man. Somehow it's Donald Trump's fault. Capitalism is doing its thing, and unfortunately, NFL RedZone. Now, there are economic reasons why this could be happening, but that's kind of a big picture thing. It's something that I don't think that our liberal counterparts can possibly wrap their very smooth, small brains around, especially the dipshit governor of New York's Kathy Hochul. So once we get that out of the way, we will talk about the upcoming game tonight, Cowboys-Eagles. 3 must-know storylines for the 2025 NFL kickoff game. That's right. It's happening tonight. Now, yes, I would rather somebody else. If I'm being honest, I'm not overly enthusiastic about tonight or tomorrow. I don't like the chefs. I'm not too wild about the Chargers, right? And I'm not the biggest Eagles fan, and I definitely don't like the Dallas Cowboys. Now, that all being said, I do have a little bit of a bias when it comes to Eagles-Cowboys matchup, simply because I hit on one 6-leg parlay and one 9-leg parlay on the same Monday Night Football game a couple years back. With it was actually whatever day is Devonta Smith's birthday. That was the day, because I had him hitting on a couple touchdowns, and I cleaned up pretty well. Speaking of DraftKings, we will take a little looky-loo and hopefully have some of you guys down in the chat. We need you to be interactive with me this morning once we get down to the parlay. I'm a degenerate gambler, and you can too, via me, right? So once we get to the point where we can start taking super chats, if you guys want, we can start building parlays where you guys start throwing some dollary dues, and we can have a chat style. But we will. Look, I'm not excited. I'm not excited about the game, but y'all know my football addict ass is going to be watching the Cowboys and Eagles tonight. So we're going to build a little parlay, and I want you guys to kind of help me input some takes on there. So there is the Eagles 3 storylines to know, and then we'll talk about we're going to kick it back to the Motor City. Packers should take note as Lions writer reveals how Detroit's coaching and offensive line turnover could impact them ahead of Week 1. It'll be it's going to be huge. It's a huge NFC North matchup. That coming to us from A to Z Sports, and then we'll finish off with Lions and Packers initial injury report and medical analysis from Yahoo Sports. This came out yesterday, right? As we all know, Isaac Tesla, well, he had a case of the poops. You know how I be, just pooping. You know how I be. But look, somebody else popped up on there. We're not very happy about old singing Sione Vaki, but we will discuss a little bit of the Lions. I don't really give a shit about the Packers so much, but we'll see who popped up on the Lions injury report before taking another look back at the betting odds. The best bets anytime touchdown score for Thursday NFL football in Week 1, coming to us from SI.com. And then you guys see here, I do have, it logged me out. I do have DraftKings pulled up here. So we'll at least look at it. I don't know if I feel like logging back in and doing all the things. It's going to take me too long to log back in, naturally. All right, of course it logged me out because that's how DraftKings does, but we'll just look around, and then I'll write down, you know what I'm saying, and then I'll screenshot it and share it as a community tab or a community post so you guys know what's going on. Fellas, now that we've done all that, good morning, everybody. How we all doing? Sam, good morning, Detroit Sports Talk. Let's go Lions. Jeanette Hall finally The season is here. Go Lions. Happy Friday Eve, Clarice. I like that term. Happy Friday Eve. Your boy has tonight and tomorrow off, so I'm going to enjoy it before we do the 7-day stretch locked and loaded. Morning, Chase, you Mad Hatters. How y'all doing? Brent DeWitt, finally real football tonight. Ain't that the truth? Week 1 of the college ranks was not so great. Ohio State, Texas was okay, but I was kind of underwhelmed with Arch Manning. They just can't help themselves shoving their agenda in our faces. Sam, I know what you're, dude. I know, bro. I know. And they just absolutely can't help but beat themselves over the head with it. Lockett, Kirby Joseph gets an interception. Detroit Sports Talk. I think that might be a leg that we build Sunday for my personal parlays that I build for Lions games. Jeff Ginnard, morning, brother. This is your Christmas. Hell yeah, bro. I think our Christmas is going to come in February when the Lions square off against the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl for a nice big O shutout, 59-0 over the Buffalo Bills. Wouldn't that be nothing? So, now that we've done the introduction, guys, we got to do the call to action real quick here. If you haven't already, would you kindly poke all my bells and ring all of my buttons? Go ahead and assault that like button. Hit it with the old 2-piece and a biscuit on your way down to the subscribe button. In case you're new here, there's 90 of you hanging out. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so that you can be notified every time we go live Monday through Friday. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here at YouTube.com. We are the largest, fast-growing Detroit Lions and NFL content creation station, broadcasting exclusively from Grandma Studio 1 in the 10 a.m. block. If you hit all those metrics, we are number one. Before you click off or disappear, go ahead and do me one last thing. Share this video around. It is the most important thing that you can do to help this channel grow. We are steamrolling towards 800 subscribers. I think it'd be the cat's pajamas if somehow we were able to eclipse that number by Sunday, though. I know that is a bit aggressive, so we're going to go ahead and temper our expectations down to about 725. How about 725? Well, that'd be the Cats. That'd be plus 13 between now and Sunday. Let's go, guys. Share this video around. Click it, share it around on all your social media profiles. I don't care really about your now well-cultivated and highly manicured social media feed because it is the start of the 2025 NFL season. Go ahead and copy this link down on your clipboard. Go ahead and lift with your thighs and hold with your shoulders. We're going to circumvent the clanker overlord algorithmic gods that dictate who can be successful on YouTube. Thank you guys for doing all that. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. We do have a poll up in the top right corner. Lock to score a touchdown tonight. AJ Brown with 25% of the vote. Jalen, my butt hurts with 38%, and then of course Saquon tied with Jalen, my butt hurts for 38%. You guys think it's gonna be a ground and pound? I'm expecting not a lot of razz and pizzazz tonight. The Cowboys probably going to be down. The Eagles probably just going to put it in cruise control early and often. So now that's out of the way. Let's get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
All right, guys, we are just kind of poking around. That's what okay. All right, shout out Detroit Sports Talk. Lions find their answer at QB3 with C.J. Beathard signing. That's right, our boy C.J. I like to call him C.J. Beathard, but C.J. Beathard now with the Detroit Lions going to be our QB3. Looks like better him than Nathan Peterman. Ugh, were we really considering Nathan Peterman? All right, so cool breaking news. Thank you, Detroit Sports Talk, my guy. That is what's up now. All right, let's go ahead and do a little culture war nonsense. White House fires back after New York governor takes swipe at Trump about NFL RedZone featuring commercials. Kathy wrote on X that NFL RedZone having commercials was a result of Trump's America. It's always Trump's America. It's everything is Trump. I fucking pooped 4 times today, and it's because of Trump's America. I stubbed my toe. It's because of Trump's America. I'm feeling down today. It's because of Trump's America. I'm feeling happy today. Oh, if you're a liberal, it's not because of Trump's America. But if you're hat and beard, you wake up every day and you go, MAGA, baby. Let's go. The White House fired back at New York Governor Kathy on Wednesday after Democrat lawmaker took a swipe at the president over a major change coming for NFL fans. Scott Hansen, who hosts NFL RedZone on Sunday during football season, said there will be commercials coming to the broadcast, despite the tagline of the show being 7 hours of commercial-free football. Well, here's the thing. I don't have RedZone, so I don't fucking care. Sorry if you do. That sucks. Sucks, I guess. The business folks handle the business, and I have no say over different elements that could or could not be in the show, Hansen said on the Pat McAfee Show. When you see me on air, we're going to hit the Octobox. We've got 8 games in early window taking you around to all the different cities. And then when we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, it's more than 250 days since the first full NFL Sunday, but we are back, and 7 hours of RedZone football starts now. He maintained that no fans would miss any great football for any of the business side of things. Hansen's revelation sparked a ton of social media reactions, including from she called on ESPN and the NFL to, quote, fix the issue. RedZone will move to ESPN properties starting in 2026. More commercials, less football. Trump's America, Hochul wrote on X. You have time to fix this, she said to the NFL. The White House dismissed Hochul's remark. How is this his fault? How is this his fault? Why don't you yell at fucking Disney, since Disney owns ESPN? How is everything is always his fault? What a moronic thing to post, Trump spokesperson Stephen Chung told Fox News Digital. Too bad there's no cure for stupid. Fucking right. Bro, yes, exactly. Look at her dumbass. Look at her. Now, remember, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the lady who said that black kids don't understand how to use computers. This right here is the face of the soft bigotry of low expectations. The Athletic offered details on what a commercialized RedZone could look like. WWE and NASCAR have commercials during their weekly events. NFL fans will be able to see a double box with advertisements, according to The Athletic. Fans will reportedly hear the audio from ads while watching the action simultaneously. So that's kind of lame. I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about RedZone because I don't have RedZone, right? But I think it's kind of lame they're going to force you to listen to the commercial, right? As opposed to, being able to just passively observe it while listening to the football action. Now, if YouTube were to do something like this, so I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't watch any ads, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I can hit the jump forward button. I can just tap fast forward, and it brings up a jump forward button when people do their own individual ad reads, right? So I can just jump right ahead, all that stuff. If I were somebody who was spending good money on RedZone and they decided to change their business model, be it that we live in a free market capitalist society and you don't want to deal with that, stop giving them your money. If they're going to be just like everybody else, stop giving them your money. There are other ways that you can consume content, football content. Look, I'm not saying there's a way to do RedZone style consumption because, again, I'm not exactly familiar with how RedZone works. I'm not that guy. You know that there are 1.5 million NFL content creators, let alone another 1.5 million individual team content creators right here on YouTube who stream the games. They don't play the actual game, but they live stream the games themselves and hang out with you guys. There are plenty of ways for you to consume content. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to give your money to RedZone. Obviously, it's probably first and best dressed. They're the most comfortable. They're the guys that you have the most familiarity with. It's like playing with your own dick versus playing with somebody else's dick. You know how to play with your dick. You don't want to play with somebody else's dick. You know what I'm saying? Over here at the Hat and Beard Show, we like titties, not Twinkies. You know what I'm saying? But stop giving them your money, dude. In a free market capitalist society, your dollar is your last vestige in absolute voting power. It's what free market is. If you don't like what the market's doing, force the market to correct. Stop giving them your money. It's not that complicated. Personally, I'd never seen the appeal of RedZone. I've never missed anything. I've never had RedZone. and I've never missed any football content. Now, I do have NFL Network, so, there is always that, but there are plenty of recap shows. You know what I'm saying? How we doing down in the chat? Oof, Chris Hansen is the real OG, isn't he, though, dude? Mr. Detroit City said, you voted? Hell yeah. Hatman, what up, Carrie? Carrie, I was just thinking about you, dude. I was like, hey, I wonder where I have Carrie. I hadn't seen you in the chat the last couple days, brother. Glad to see you're still doing well. Ryan Allen, what up, brother? The fuck you doing up this early, my guy? Appreciate you hanging out. New York's America would be Scott Hansen spending the whole time trying to not get mugged. Dude, New York's America not looking so fresh. That New York is a dumpster fire of a city, and if they go ahead and elect that wackaloon Mondani, a failed state. That's what you're going to have there in New York City, because it's going to sprawl out to the whole state, dude. It's just going to seep like a cancer. You know what I'm saying? Communism's a cancer. What is it? A bunch of AIDS medication commercials? Dude, Sam, right, bro? Are you guys tired of getting weird sex, drugs commercials during your just like NFL Sunday afternoon game, your 1 o'clock game, and it's like, do you have itchy, burning butthole from all of the weird gay sex that you had at a truck stop in your early 20s? Well, butthole itchiitis is for you. Ask your doctor. Side effects may include anal discharge, a sudden desire to delete yourself, an urge to no longer maintain your sanity. You know what I'm saying? Dude, football used to be Army commercials, beer commercials, Dorito commercials. Now it's fucking hemorrhoid commercials, fucking Wegovy commercials. Dude, NFL fans know who they are. Stop trying to market the NFL to women. Stop it. Stop it with the male cheerleaders and the Wegovy and the tampon commercials. Beer, Army commercials, Dorito commercials. Maybe a Pepsi commercial, because Pepsi, I'm pretty sure, owns Doritos. You know what I'm saying? I voted for Trump once a couple of times. Hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City. That's what's up. The commercials are loud as fuck, Clarice. That's no shit. So you got RedZone. I believe that, Clarice, because, like, have you ever noticed that no matter what, dude, you could be watching a show and it's like, all right, like, for example, me and Hat and Boobs, we really like Abbott Elementary, right? But because of my work schedule, we never watch it live, so we always watch it on demand. You know what I'm saying? And like for whatever reason, Abbott Elementary is always like crazy quiet, so we got to turn the volume up to like 35. You know what I'm saying? First of all, while we're on the topic of volume, how many of y'all do it in measurements of 5? I can't stand doing the volume up at like 22, 23. You got to go 20, you got to go 25, you got to go 25, you got to go 30. Why even have those in between numbers? No, it drives me nuts. Anyway, so Abbott Elementary, we're watching it. You know what I mean? You got to turn it all the way, turn it up, because for whatever reason it's quiet. Bam, you get one of them commercials, even though we pay for a service that shouldn't have commercials. You get one of them fucking commercials louder than shit. So it's like me screaming into the microphone, dude. It is so loud, and you got to turn away. So I can imagine that RedZone does the same thing, and that's really, really, really lame, dude. That's just lame. At a certain point, fuck it. Stop having ads on the commercials and just make the players wear NASCAR racer style uniforms with all the ads just plastered all over it. You know what I'm saying? That way I don't have to watch 27 fucking dude, there are so many commercial breaks, dude. It gets so that's the first thing you guys are going to notice. I'm telling you, you're going to notice it right out of the rip. It probably won't be any more than normal, but once you go from watching, so the break in NFL, right, this off-season period here, any content you've been consuming, be it on the internet or be it on TV, the commercials seem to be a little bit less, at least in my opinion, and your brain is slowly conditioned to that. Now that the NFL is back, dude, all the media breaks, dude, all the commercial timeouts are going to drive you nuts. For the first couple weeks, you're really going to notice it, dude. It's going to be fucking nuts. It's because Obama's toy died. That's hilarious, Mr. Detroit City. Carrie agreed, Clarice, they should use those microphones at the Lions press conferences. Yeah, you've noticed that, Carrie? You've noticed that the Lions media pressers are always quiet as shit? Couldn't agree more. Yeah, let's do it in 5s. Chase, dude, you do it in 5s too, bro. It's so weird. I can't, like... We'll be sitting there and Hat and Boobs will turn it up a little bit and it'll be like 24. And I sit there and I just like slowly look at her and I'm like, come on, just give it the one. If you don't give it the one more, it's going to drop. Look, if you don't do it in measurements of 5, then something bad's going to happen. I'm going to have to get up and turn the light switch on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. I'm going to have to run around the couch counterclockwise 3 fucking times, because if not, something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? As a female watching football, I don't like all the commercials or Taylor Swift's face. Food and beer is enough. Clarice, nailing it. That's a fucking MVP take right there, dude. Oh, yeah, I'm sick of the Swiftie bullshit. I'm sick of Swifties and all the bullshit commercials, dude. You know what I'm saying? Football, be football again. Make football football again. Make football football again. Let's go. Vance and Beard 2028. Make football football again. Let's fucking go, you guys. All right, now that we got that shit out of the way, let's talk a little action tonight. Cowboys, Eagles. 3 must-know storylines for the 2025 NFL kickoff game. How much you want to bet? What's the over-under on how many times they bring up Micah Parsons? What's the over-under on that? I'm going to say they bring up Micah Parsons at least twice a quarter, so the over-under would be probably, 8.5? If I'm going to say twice a quarter, this is just game time. Just during the game, just during the 4 quarters of football, I'm going to say they bring up Micah Parsons. If the over-under's 8, I'm going to take the under. Or if over-under's 8.5, I'm going to take the under. I think they get exactly to 8, but by the time the 4th quarter rolls around, the game's going to be so out of hand. They probably won't bring up Micah Parsons a 9th time. I just got a feeling this game's going to get grossly out of hand. The Philadelphia Eagles are set to raise banners, flash rings, and defend their Super Bowl title on Thursday night. A bird known as an eagle. The Dallas Cowboys, fresh off the Micah Parsons trade, roll into town for the regular season opener as a team in search of identity. 3 must-know storylines. Micah's gone. Can Dallas hold on? The Cowboys' defense was already starting over and away with the arrival of new coordinator Matt Eberflus. Following the trade of Parsons, it must restart again defensively. There are potential landmines everywhere for this unit. First, it must contain Eagles star Saquon Barkley, who averaged 5.2 yards per carry against Dallas last season. With a rebuild front 7, that includes Kenny Clark. Then the Cowboys also have to slow down Super Bowl MVP Jalen "My Butt Hurts" as a runner and as a passer, with A.J. Brown-Eye and Devonta the Slim Reaper Smith at his disposal, plus other good weapons. Dallas is thin in the secondary and must hope that the pressure up front is good from the likes of rookie Donovan Ezekioru, Sam Williams, and Dante Washed-Up Fowler. Schottenheimer can't just worry about his offense this first game and might need to help Eberflus come up with a defensive answer on Thursday. Eagles seek. Hang on, I want to stay logged into DraftKings here. I don't want to get logged out. Did they log me out? Sorry, guys. I just don't want to have to log back in. So I gotta keep clicking over here on DraftKings and staying active. So it's going to be annoying. Sorry, fellas. Number 2, Eagles seek title defense statement, but covering wide receivers Cowboys wide receivers is key. Oh boy, you know the high flying tandem of CeeDee Lamb and George Booger Pickens. You know what I'm saying? If there's any area where the Cowboys can make hay against the Eagles, it might be in the passing game. Young Eagles defensive back Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both have star potential and fared well in their games versus Dallas last year, but the Eagles have question marks at the other side cornerback spot, with DeJean mostly fitting in the slot. Adoree Jackson, still in the league, is likely starter opposite Mitchell. Jackson had mixed results in camp and preseason, but he's familiar with the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb, having spent the past 4 years in the NFC East with the Giants. Lamb and Pickens could form a potential duo with Dak Prescott, and it will be fascinating to see how the passes will be divided up in the opener. There are questions about just how effective Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, Miles Sanders backfield. Oh, wow, Miles Sanders. I forgot he's there, making his return to Philly. Yeah, that's right. Miles Sanders was originally drafted by the Eagles. So throwing the football might be Dallas's best shot at pulling an upset. And then finally, special teams might be a hidden weapon for Dallas. I had a coach I had a coach, and I say it all the time. Coach Kneckel, a JV head football coach. He used to say, special teams has to be special. My guy had a way with words. Special teams has to be special. So on game day, he made the special teams group, the punter, the kicker, the long snapper, guys who were just exclusively special teamers. Come game day, he would make them wear leather helmets, and they had to ride the short bus to the away games. The Cowboys might have their hands full in a lot of areas against the champs, but they could have an edge in the kicking game. Brandon Aubrey might have lost a bit of his accuracy in year 2, but few kickers have entered the NFL with the kind of prowess he possesses. Kicking 60-yard kicks each season, as well as 10 or more field goals from beyond 50. In 4 games against the Eagles, he's gone 7 for 8, including 3 of 4 from 50 or longer. The Cowboys also have an ace returner in Cavante Turbin, who arguably deserves more offensive touches. Turpin was a first-team All-Pro as a returner last season, running back a punt and a kickoff for touchdowns. Although he's never run one back against the Eagles, Turpin has given them all kinds of fits the past 3 years, averaging 33.6 yards per kickoff and 11.8 yards per punt return. The Eagles' coverage units and their special teams in general were pretty blasé last year. One of the few real weaknesses in the Super Bowl season. They'll want to tighten it up. You got to keep it tight. Got to make it a real tight butthole. You know what I'm saying? They want to tighten it up. They'll want to tighten it up for Thursday, knowing they have edges in a lot of other places. Yes, they're going to be edging all night long while they tighten it up. You got to tighten that butthole up. Tight butthole. Yeah. So that's some storylines to watch. I think you guys know what's going to end up happening with the Cowboys and Eagles game. It's gonna get pretty ugly, pretty quick. You know what I say? You know what they say? You know what I mean? It's going to get pretty ugly pretty quick. Sorry, we just got to keep clicking around so that I stay logged in. So now that we've talked about a little bit of national news stuff, how you guys doing down there in the chat? You like that, Sam? You like that, George Booger Pickens? I came up with that on the fly. You know, once in a while, a broken clock is right twice a day. Hell yeah. Big Farmer trying to brainwash us with commercials. You got that right, brother. Totally, dude. Clary's finally a woman talking about Swift's face. Carrie, legit. Taylor Swift, not so attractive. I don't understand it. She can't sing that well. She's very mid on her best days. And let's be honest, Travis Kelce's gay, so I don't know what's going on there. Personally, I think Travis Kelce's gay, and I also think Taylor Swift's gay. So what we have here is a very weird beard relationship, a very public beard relationship. I'm sure that in about 10 years, Taylor Swift will end up moving to wherever Ellen DeGeneres lives and munching that rug. So how we doing? Broski Bear, good morning. Remove the Marxist slogans from the end zones and the fairies from the cheerleaders. Preach, brother! Fucking preach, dude. Considering that the NFL is all about meritocracy, it's wild. It's wild to me that they just kowtow to Marxist fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They love spreading that bullshit propaganda when football and the majority of athletics is a meritocracy. You know what I'm saying? Taylor does have balls, broski. Slim Booger Pickens. My daughter is 10 and hates Taylor Swift. Proud of that one. Chase, I'm proud of your daughter too, bro. That's a good girl you got right there, dude. You're raising them right. You're raising them right, dude. Taylor Swift, she's a Sheila devil. She's a damn devil. She's a goddamn devil. She's a she-devil. Taylor Swift, she's a goddamn she-devil. Shout back there from out yonder. She's a goddamn she-devil. She's a Sheila. She's a Sheila devil. You know what I'm saying? All right, here from A to Z Sports, Packers could take a note as Lions writer reveals how Detroit's coaching and offensive line turnover could impact them ahead of Week 1. What have the Lions' new coaching staff pieces looked like, and how much will the Lions feel a difference after losing Small PP, Benedict Arnold, Osama Ben Johnson, Bend Over, Small PP, Trader in the Windy City. I can't even keep all of his fucking nicknames straight. Thin Patricia, old Ben Thin Patricia, and Aaron, my decision. My decision, Aaron Glenn. My decision. What if I just started answering all, like, at work? People are like, why'd you do that? I just go, my decision. My decision. My decision. So far, it's going pretty well. There's an understanding of how losing coordinators can be a problem, but the Lions have been preparing for this since 2022, and they deliberately picked guys who can provide continuity. That's never been a doubt. Calvin Shepard was going to be this team's defensive coordinator. As far as Johnny Moe goes, he was a big part of installing the Lions offense that we know right now. And so was Jared Goff, Mark Brunell, and of course, Motor City MCDC Dan Campbell. There's a reason why Small PP Johnson wanted him on his staff in Chicago, and why Sean Payton was trying to get him to stay in Denver. How has it been with the new formation on the interior of the offensive line? So far, so good. It's going to be their first real test. We've seen them in training camp, and we've seen them in joint practices, and there hasn't been a lot to complain about. Let's see how they look in a game when the bullets start flying overhead. I'm concerned. I'm just a little worried that Graham Glasgow is going to be a bit of a liability. I'm not so sold on a Graham Glasgow. I'm not so high on a Graham Glasgow. I'm just kind of a piece of shit. Kind of a big old piece of shit. Just not so good. Kind of wish Day Radlich could have, moved up on the depth chart there in the Learning Center, because I'm not so high on a Graham Glasgow. You know what I'm saying? Who are the secondary pieces at wide receiver and edge rusher, and what can they do to the Lions? The guy the Lions may look to get involved at receivers, third-round pick Isaac Tesla. He's shown to be a solid blocker and red zone threat. He's also played a role similar to what Josh Reynolds and Fireball Tim Patrick played for the Lions. He's a guy who consistently gets open and resets the downs. At the edge, there you go, broski, your favorite, Al-Qadim Muhammad. He's a solid run-stopping edge, but doesn't bring premium pass rushing or anything like that, even though he statistically was just as good as Zadarius Smith. Mekhi Wingo may get some reps off the edge, too. He's a better pass rusher. He's kind of short and stocky. So what do you guys think about that? How you feeling about that? Are those three things that can give us the edge there, or three things that are going to hinder us? I think there's three things. The people really are just beating that Ben Johnson drum, that Aaron Glenn departing Ben Johnson drum. I just don't see a big fall off coming. If anything, I've said it yesterday, I think our defense is going to be way more aggressive than last year, dude. Way more aggressive. I heard someone say the Lions were considering bringing Nate Sudfeld back. What retard planet did they get this reporter from? Well, Kerry, he's a reporter who probably works for a mainstream media outlet. So went to probably a 4-year college to get a degree in journalism. So that shows you exactly how retarded they are. Your nickname for Ben will be Daddy after week 2. I don't know about that, broski. I don't know about all that, but I think Ben Johnson's in for a little bit of a whooping come week 2, and I'm emphasizing on the WH. That's how much. It's not just a whooping, it's a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm sick of hearing the shit from the media. Sam, bro, isn't it annoying? They just keep saying the same thing over and over again. We know Ben plays Chicago, gets embarrassed, dude. Yeah, that's exactly that, dude. Sam, what's his name? Jahmyr Gibbs is already like, yeah, we know those plays. We recognize that. Yeah, you didn't come up with that. That's something that we developed for you. We know what you're doing, Ben Johnson. We know how you work because we made you who you are. Oh my gosh, Ryan Allen, bro, it's happening. Ryan Allen says, I'd laugh if the Lions pulled off a 4th down trick play against Chicago week 2. Bro, it's happening for sure. For sure. And then after we do that, then the camera cuts and Dan Campbell's doing that like really wide, flat smile that, you know what I'm saying? Where he's just rubbing salt right in Ben Johnson's old axe wound between his legs there. That's because Ben Johnson has a vagine. Over here from Yahoo Sports, Lions versus Packers initial report. Medical analyst. I got to stay logged in over here, guys. Got to stay logged in. Don't want to get logged out of DraftKings. Got to stay logged in. I'm just going to quickly, with the most haste, we're going to quickly run down the Lions injury report. A few guys, not a lot, not really upset about it, but a few things. So, leading off, the guy we were talking about yesterday, Mr. Poops himself, Isaac Tesla. The illness is minor and limited practice suggests he is likely to be ready for Sunday. Good. I'm glad he got all the poops out and no more poops for you. That way he doesn't poop the bed Sunday in Lambeau. Sione Vaki, no practice because he's got a hamstring. Vaki's hamstring has been an intermittent issue since July 21. It's not a good sign that he is a non-participant this many weeks later. The impact of his loss will be almost entirely on special teams, and boy, isn't it a good thing that Jacob Sailors cleared waivers. Boy, howdy. Oh, we had to keep Sione Vaki. Oh, I had to keep him with his hamstring. Oh, yeah. Yep, well, there goes a burned roster spot. Kyoto Awashika, limited practice with the shoulder. The limited practice is reassuring that there is nothing serious for the backup guard. Good thing. Trevor Nowitzki, linebacker, had an elbow non-participant. Nowitzki played fully in the final preseason game. He was absent from practice recently, and now we know why. The linebacker group is very healthy ahead of him, so his absence should not be a big deal. Knock on wood. Prefer to have these depth pieces get dinged up. Notable unlisted Graham Glasgow left with a minor lower leg injury 2 weeks ago. Kirby Joseph has had a knee issue since early in camp. Makai Wingu, knee meniscus, came off PUP on the August 19th. Khalil Dorsey, tib fib, came off of PUP on August 18th. Taylor Decker had right shoulder cleanup and surgery before training camp. Sam Laporta had an unspecified injury on August 13th, kept him out for just a few days. And then the guys on our NFI PUP list, Aleem the Dream McNeil, Malcolm Cowboy Rodriguez, Miles Frazier, and then, of course, Josh, I have sand in my vagina, poops his pants, Pascal. So just a few guys, nothing serious, no big names. Obviously, we're glad that Tesla got the poops out. And a little disappointed in Sione Vaki and his hamstring. But, maybe that's something that come game day, old Jacob Sweet Sailors gets a little bit of a promotion or something from the practice squad. Who knows? That would be nice, but then it starts the clock on him. How we doing, chat? Kerry Simtich, Patricia found himself in Ohio State. Great place for him, the way the Wolverines get to stomp his ass once a year, and that's the only time that I root for the University of Michigan. Kerry, is when the Wolverines play Ohio State, because, I hate Ohio State. Can't stand them, and I love to see them get their shit kicked in every year. Wasn't too excited about how good their defense looked against Arch Manning. I say that with a inflection upward because wasn't overly impressed with Arch Manning. Is that wrong? Is that a bad take? Is that not a great take? I wasn't overly impressed. What's up with the back-to-back rivals for the first two games? That's tough. Yeah, Sam, I think that's too. I noticed that it looks like the NFL's got a lot of opening week divisional games, which is kind of interesting, kind of something new. I don't think we see that very often recently. Seems to be kind of a uptick, but it's just a way for the Lions, dude. It's just a way for the Lions to get up on the division early and put it in cruise control and just run away with it. Detroit Sports Talk, who's your favorite new coach hire on both sides of the ball, defense and offense? New hire or promotion? Wouldn't be able to pinpoint any new hire. I'm in love with the Calvin Shepard promotion to defensive coordinator. I would have preferred, because I'm a homer and I like the guys in-house. I don't have anything against Johnny Morton, okay? I have nothing against Johnny Moe. I would have rather have seen Hank Fraley get promoted to the offensive coordinator role. But that being said, he didn't get it, so I'm going to have to lean on the Johnny Moe hire because Dan Campbell trusts him. So if Dan Campbell trusts him over Hank Fraley, then I got to trust him. So New hire overall would probably be Johnny Morton, but I'm pleased with the promotion for Calvin Shepard, and I like the positional switch for Scotty Montgomery from running backs coach to wide receivers coach, because I think that develops our wide receivers to be a slightly more dynamic offensive threat once the ball is in their hands. Does that make sense, Detroit Sports Talk? Ben Johnson reminds me of Emmanuel Macron's husband. You mean Bridget Macron? She's got a lot of things in common with Big Mike Obama, if you know what I'm saying. Shep on defense and promoting Hank Fraley to the run game coordinator on offense. Brent DeWitt. Oh, shit, Brent DeWitt. That's exactly my take, brother. For real. Okay, yeah, Sam, so you thought Arch looked like crap too, bro. I was very underwhelmed by Arch Manning. I don't think he looked very good, man. All right, boys and girls. Now it's going to be the time to have fun. This is a little segment where it's called I'm a Degenerate Gambler, and you can too. It's a little play on the old Stephen Colbert book, I'm America, and so can you. Get it? All right, so we got here Cowboys and Eagles, best anytime touchdown scorers for Thursday. Best anytime touchdown scorer picks: Saquon minus 190, Jake Ferguson plus 290, A.J. Brown plus 160. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at Saquon Barkley. During the 24 season, Barkley found the end zone 15 times, but didn't score in either matchup against Dallas. I think that changes, especially since Saquon ran for 167 yards on 31 carries in the second meeting of the season. The Eagles running back should be able to run wild against a Parsons-less defense. Last season, Dallas allowed the fourth most yards per carry in the NFL and 25 touchdowns, the most in the league. While Jalen Hurts is always a threat to steal a score in the goal line, I think Barkley is worth a look since he's going to get plenty of touches in Week 1. Jake Ferguson, 2024 season was a rough one for Ferguson as he appeared in just 14 games and failed to find the end zone. However, in 2023 season, Dak was healthy. Ferguson was one of the better red zone targets for Dallas, catching 5 touchdowns. In this game, Dallas is likely going to be playing from behind, which means it'll be an attack through the air. Ferguson is a sneaky bet at this number, as he showed in 23 that he is one more reliable than just the passing game. And then obviously A.J. Brown. He expects the Eagles to look this way early and often against Dallas, and allowed the 8th most passing scores in the NFL last season. Brown has 25 scores in 47 games in a Philly uniform, so it's kind of almost a guaranteed lockaroo. This is where we're going to start taking it up and talking with all of you. Bjorn, dude, stop. Thank you. Sorry, the cats are getting wild. All right, guys. Benabitch Johnson. Benabitch Johnsonless. Damn, Chase. Woo! Oh, yeah, Tashard Choice was a nice hire, Detroit Sports Talk. Well, that's what I'm saying. The Tashard Choice hiring for the running backs coach allowed Scotty Montgomery to transition to a wide receivers coach, and I think we're going to see more aggressiveness out of our wide receivers room with that running back mentality that Scotty Montgomery brings. Yep, Sam agrees with Brent. I don't think the Buckeyes QB looked good either. Kerry, I agree with you. I was underwhelmed with both the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns programs. It was very week 1 football. It was very week 1 college football. All right, guys. How are we looking in the poll? Lock to score a touchdown tonight. Jalen My Butt Hurts and Saquon Barkley are tied for 40% each. All right, guys. This is where we're going to need your help. Let's build ourselves a parlay. 3 or 5 leg parlay. 3 or 5 leg parlay, guys. Who do we got? Let's build our first leg of the night. Who do we got? Who do we got winning tonight? The Cowboys or the Eagles? I think we're going to see a lot of 21 personnel, both Demo and Ja on the field together. State's QB carry. I didn't watch the State game. I know that it wasn't overly exciting. We played Western, and I'm pretty sure that we smashed the shit out of them. But what sucked, dude, is it was last Friday night. Oh, fucking guys. last Friday night, all I wanted after I got out of work, because I just wanted to stop. Now, for whatever reason, well, it's because of COVID, but McGagburger ain't open 24 hours a day no more, right? They're only open until certain hours. And on Friday nights, on my way home, there's a Gag Burger that I drive past, and on Friday nights, they're open till midnight. So sometimes, and last Friday night, boys, I was feeling it last Friday because it was a holiday weekend. I wanted to stop. All I wanted was to stop and get a couple of McDiesels with no pickles. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted a couple of diesels, no pickles, lickety-splickety on my way out the door. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, the state game had got done. And, of course, they played Western Michigan, which means that everybody was driving up from Kalamazoo, which means that on my route home, the one McDonald's that I like to stop at is right off the highway, and it's like the easiest one on and off, right when you get outside of Lansing, heading towards Kalamazoo. Bro, the line was backed up out into the road, and I was just like, motherfucker! God damn it! It was the Kalamazoo game, so that's all I really know about last Friday night's situation. Wings the camper, long-time linesman here. When do you think we should fire Dan Campbell? All he does is cry when he loses important games. Wings the camper. We can fire Dan Campbell when he loses like a million games. He's the best coach in Lions history, dude. Calvin Shepard says Zach Cunningham is a starting caliber linebacker. Credits front office for finding linebacker forward Malcolm Rodriguez sidelines. Hell yeah. Detroit Sports Talk. I thought that Zach Cunningham was a sneaky. I actually think we have two starting caliber linebackers in reserve roles with Grant Stewart and Zach Cunningham. Glorious. I make my own Big Macs and stuff. Hell yeah. Normally we're not so wild about the processed food. You know what I'm saying? But it was 11:30. I was just like, oh, I want some diesels, dude. You know how it is. The best coach in Lions history will be the one to take us to the promised land, and it's going to be MCDC this year, Wings. No, I'm not trying to be a dick, dude. I appreciate you engaging in the chat. But yeah, once MCDC, loses the team and loses like 100,000 games. But right now, I think he's the best coach, at least in the modern era that we've had. All right, guys, so are we going to take the Eagles or the Cowboys tonight? I think we're going to take the Eagles, right? There's leg one. All right, so we got Philly. There we go. It's all good, Sam. They're going to come, dude. And that's the thing, dude. The more you guys share me around, the more popular we get, the more trolls we're going to get. I don't care. They hate us because they hate us. You know what they're saying? All right, guys. So we got Philly going. And then who do we think is going to pull off a tugger? All right. Yep. Hell yeah, Sam. Eagles win. Let's go. Let's go. Who do we got pulling off a tugger? Saquon getting a tugger? A.J. Brown. That'll be a nice bounce back. Saquon's minus 180. It's kind of a dip. Do we take the over or the under? Damn, 48 points. That's an awful lot. All right, 37-17, plot twist. Tie! All right. All right, Brent DeWitt. So 37-17, that is over 47. That's over 48. Brent DeWitt, we're going to take the over. All right, there, we got the over. Let's pick a touchdown score. Let's grab one touchdown score. And then we will do some game lines. All right. I'm gonna take. Let's see if we can pile Brent to cover the spread. All right, Brent, you're covering the spread. Heading into work meeting. Have a great day, Chase. Crush it in your meeting, brother. Have a good rest of your day. Stay out of trouble, dude. Appreciate everything you do for the channel, my man. Enjoy it, dude. Enjoy watching some football. Don't party too hardy tonight, brother. We'll see you tomorrow morning, dude. All right, we're going to take so we got Philly winning over 47.5. Oh wait, no, hang on. Sorry. I need Eagles to cover the spread. Whew, almost fucked that one. As in nose beers. Mr. Detroit City, I would not be opposed. I would not be opposed except for your boy gets really chatty on nose beers. All right, guys, who we got? We're putting all the money on the Eagles. We're putting money on the Eagles, dude. So yeah, 17 is a lot for Dallas, but that's just 3 scores. This game is going to be high scoring. Defense week 1 is generally a little sloppy. It's generally a little sloppy. That's why we're taking the over. We're taking the Eagles to cover. All right. So who we scoring a touchdown with, fellas? Who we scoring a touchdown with? The Slim Reaper? A.J. Brown? Or does Saquon finally get a touchdown against Dallas? How does that look? How does that look? Plus 330? That's not bad. AJ. Detroit Sports Talk says AJ. That's the first name we got was AJ. All right, boom. AJ Brown. Detroit Sports Talk pulling off that leg for us. All right, what props do we want? Rushing props? Let's take a. Well, actually, this is my favorite one right here, guys. This is my favorite one to do right here. All right, get out of here. 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 All right. So, fellas, this is what I like to do right here. Guys like Saquon Barkley, guys like Jahmyr Gibbs, look at this line right here. Rushing, receiving over and under. Do you guys think that Saquon Barkley can get over 116 combined offensive yards? Boom. Woo! Well, how do you like that, fellas? We can get bonus bets back. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 legs. Do we go over a 5-leg parlay? Oh, yeah. Barkley's yards just went down by 1. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus 1,000. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think, fellas? How do we feel about this? Do we like this? I like this. They're at Philly. Yeah, it's the no, Kerry, they're at Philly. It's banner night. It's Super Bowl banner night. Man, I really like this parlay, guys. I like this parlay. And then I'm going to go ahead and protect myself. Boom! No sweat. No sweat. Oh, come on, Kerry. You don't think this bet's going to hit, dude? Double up on CD and go to Pickens, hopefully. Oh, you're talking Pickens is going to be kind of a target monster? Fuck it, guys. If this is a no sweat bet, let's take a look at the receive. Let's take a look at the receiving. Hang on. Can I just isolate this to just Dallas? I want just Dallas players. We'll run it back with... Ooh. Let's take a look at catches. Let's take a look at catches. Let's take a look at receptions. Where's our boy? Where's George Pickens? Damn, George Pickens plus 3 catches is minus... Damn, they're expecting him to get a lot. All right, guys. 42-10. Oh, do you know how you're saying we stick at 5? Oh, I see what you're saying, Kerry. You're saying they're going to win 42-10. Gotcha. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So should we plug some Dallas stats? Should we plug some Dallas stats, some catches? We know they're going to be pass happy. You know they're going to be playing from behind, so they're going to be pass happy. Let's look at the catches for Ferguson. Oof. And Pickens. Oof. All right, guys. George Pickens. You know what? Let's make it even easier for myself. There we go. Here we go. Receptions over and under. That's what we want. Let's go ahead and pull up A.J. Brown and George Pickens and Jake Ferguson. Ooh, wee. Oh, fuck me. Jake Ferguson. Guys, does Jake Ferguson have 4 catches? Yes or no? Look at that number. Oof, that is a nice little bounce. Ooh. That is a nice little bounce right there. Quote from Eagles head coach, our team won't be on the field for banner raising Thursday night. George Pickens, 5 catches. Yes or no, guys? How many times does Dak get sacked? 27. 27 times. Let's just assume that A.J. Brown, let's eliminate the top guys from both teams. Since we're going heavy on Eagles for our first 5 legs here, let's toss in 2 Cowboys legs, guys. Give me 2 wide receiving legs for Dallas. I want to fade CeeDee Lamb. So let's go with catches on George Pickens or Jake Ferguson. Does Pickens go over or under 5 catches? Jeanette Hall's rooting for the Eagles. I need at least 5 catches. Sam, who do you need the catches from, brother? Who do you need the catches from? Whoever you need. If you need them from Pickens, we'll go over. We'll throw you in there. We'll give it. We'll throw the Pickens over 4.5 if that's who you need. This is you guys, man. This is you guys helping. This is you guys helping me. DeJean a pick 6. God damn, Mr. Detroit City. Let's see if we can do individual. Or that would be touchdown scores, wouldn't it? Oh, I can only pick wide offensive players. That sucks. That sucks. Let's go back over to receiving props. 3 sacks, 2 fumbles. Sam, you want the over for Pickens. All right, dude. Thank you. Plus 118. That gives us a nice little dickery-do. Dallas run game sucks dog water, dude. All right. So, Sam, you need George Pickens to go over 5 catches. So we're going to take, I'm only taking the 4.5. Okay. What do you need for yards, brother? Let's see. George Pickens. There it is. Oof. Ouch. Damn, they got him going for 60 yards on 5 catches. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not playing that game. Ooh, Jake Ferguson over 40, though. You're in PPR. Yeah, I love doing PPR leagues too, bro. How about Jake Ferguson over 38 yards? How do you guys feel about that? A little garbage time. He can get that in 3 catches, 3 for 15. Three catches, 15 yards each, that's 45. See how that looks. Oh, shit. Is that 6 legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yikes. We're getting into a little bit of oof. I don't generally have much luck over 5-leg parlays. But I really like what you built for me here. Legit. How do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about Jake Ferguson over 38 yards and George Pickens over 5 catches? Or over 4.5 catches, right? So really over 4 catches. Running back, A.J. Brown with the touchdown, anytime score. Saquon Barkley plus 115 all-purpose yards. Eagles cover the spread, and the game to go over 47.5 points. What do you think? Well, $10 will cash out almost $500. I'm not mad at this, guys. Legit, how do you feel? I'm pretty happy with this one. Hell yeah, actually. I'm really happy with this. All right, guys, we're going to place the bet in 3, 2, 1. Nobody talked me out of it. I'm a degenerate. Hey, let's go ahead and take a look at my bets. Now I'll reveal to you guys my bets that I've made so far. Wide receivers will all be injured within the first 6 weeks. I only bet on Lions nowadays. Mr. Detroit City, I generally only bet on the Lions as well. But I'd figure, I can build a goofy parlay with you guys here, every once in a while on like a Thursday night or whatever. So, all right, guys. So just so you know, these are the bets that I have open. You just seen me build the 6-leg parlay for tonight's game plus 4,700. Right now, I want you all to know that I've put okay. So now you can see I've actually put this money out there for season-long bets. Aiden Hutchinson, I put $30 to become comeback player of the year. By the way, these season-long bets, all this money was invested through my winnings of the that I made on the UFL championship game. I had $130 that I won on that game. So Aiden Hutchinson, comeback player of the year. I got 30 on him. That'll cash $112.50. Jared Goff, regular season MVP, $20 down on that, cash $620. Aiden Hutchinson, defensive player of the year, put $50 on him. That should cash $425. And then my favorite one, Jahmyr Gibbs, offensive player of the year, $30, cash $330. Altogether, we could clean up a nice little $1,000 right there. But we're hoping to hit tonight. Wouldn't that be nice just to start the year off with a damn near a $500 fucking win? That would be awesome, boys. That'd be awesome. Hopefully that works out for us. Hopefully that works out for you and me, guys. That'd be awesome. If you want, okay, if you want, I will screen grab this parlay. I wonder, can I share this? Oh, I can only share it on DraftKings. I'll share this on the community post if you guys want to copy my parlay tonight, and then we can all be in it together. We can all be in the sweat, or we can all be in the shit together. How's that? Maybe at some point, dude, I'd have to talk to Chase. Guys, we are kind of getting up there in subscribers, and I do really like interacting with you guys. I kind of think it'd be nice if we had an easier way to interact. Like, maybe I talk to Chase. He knows this stuff, dude. But maybe I should set up a Discord. That way we can all just kind of like fucking hang out on, game days, just kind of shoot the shit when we're not live. Now, on that note, I would like to just discuss, because this is something that Mr. Detroit City's brought up a couple of times, and something that my buddy Cody Till, friend of the show, I work with him, he brought up the other day. And that is, why don't I live stream the games? Why don't I live stream my reaction? I talk about it as it's going on. Hang out with you guys. There's a couple of Chase does know a lot about things, and he misses doing his own podcast too. I know Clarice. Oh, I know. Oh, me and Chase message. He's my go-to guy for answers. He's like a human Reddit, dude. For real. He knows everything. So the two reasons that I don't do the live reaction shows is, one, I really like to just watch football with hat and boobs. It's like a thing, you know what I mean? Not like, so it's like our special little thing, but I'm very superstitious when it comes to game day. Everything has to be a certain way, okay? And anything that deviates from that can cause catastrophic issues, like we get bounced in the divisional round of the playoffs against the Washington Commies, okay? So one, I like to just watch ball, you know what I'm saying? And two, I work every other weekend, more or less. So this weekend, I got to work during the Lions game. I'll be able to watch most of it while I'm at work, but I can't. I can't. My job doesn't allow me to be home. And with uploading, consistency is king. You guys like to have a schedule that you can follow. And if I'm this weekend and then that weekend and then maybe this weekend and then not this weekend but next weekend, it gets to be too chopped up and confusing. So for continuity's sake, that's kind of why I don't. Now, if I ever got to the point where I don't have to go to my 9-to-5 wage cage, then that is definitely something that we'll look into doing. The thing is, it's just not really attainable right now. Jordan Molina, good morning. How you doing? Eagles fan in the chat. Just want you to know, Jordan, welcome to the chat. And I'm putting a lot of faith in the Eagles to clean up tonight, brother. Let's go. City of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia. Time to clean house on banner night. Let's go live for the games because I can't watch most Lions games here in Florida, and I refuse to buy NFL tickets, Sam. Hell yeah. Excuse me. Bro, I totally feel you, dude, and that sucks, man. It's just something that I can't really do right now. You know what I'm saying? Carrie says, Jerry sunk his ship this season. Yeah, the Cowboys basically, I really feel like Dallas trading Parsons is just them waving the white flag, you know? No, there's no, we're all in. We're all in on these young guys. My eyes aren't too far apart. Jerry Jones just, he blew it up right at the jump. And then they got 2 draft picks out of it, you know? I mean, it's not for nothing, but this could be on the level of a Jared Goff, Matt Stafford style trade. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Sam, dude. Mike Kimber does the live Lions reactions, and he does a really good job of it, too. So if you're ever trying to find a channel that covers it, Mike Kimber would be your guy to go to. All right, fellas. So today we talked about Kathy and her nonsense blaming Donald Trump for every fucking possible thing wrong in her life. We talked about 3 storylines to follow with the Eagles and Cowboys. Game 1, banner night, kickoff. Let's go. Thursday Night Football is fucking back! Oh, yeah! I'm about to go Super Saiyan that football's back, guys. And we talked about some things that the Packers can take note of from the Lions and how they've been able to do and deviate and change things with turnover on the offensive line and in the coaching staff. We then looked at the Lions injury report that was taken and released yesterday. Sione Vaki, a little bit of a surprise, not practicing because he's got a hamstring that's hurt. Good to see Isaac Tesla back from having the poops yesterday. And then we talked about some touchdown scores, the odds for the Eagles-Cowboys game. Then you guys see we built a nice little 6-leg parlay for tonight's game. I'll take a screen grab of that later. Keep an eye on the community tab. We'll share that there so that you can go ahead and take part in the action with me. We can all be in the sweat together tonight. Hopefully we can all make a couple of dollary dues. Wouldn't that be just the cat's pajamas, the knees upon bees? So, guys, finally, the poll finished out with 12 votes. You guys had Saquon Barkley locked to score a touchdown tonight with 50% of the vote. Thanks for each and every one of you taking part in interacting with the chat, interacting with the poll. It's been a wild day today, guys. You guys have been going pretty hot and heavy. I appreciate all the interaction. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, even more so for telling a friend. That's why you got such sexy thighs and such massive, just shaped boulder shoulders like your name is Atlas, you know, holding the weight of the world and trying to share the hat and beard show around with all of your friends and your family. Make sure to tell Nana hat and beard is here, especially if she looks like the silver fox, Mary Berry. Let's go. Guys! Appreciate you guys. Trying to have a good rest of the day. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at youtube.com/The Hat and Beard Show to recap the fun action that happens tonight when the Eagles dismember the Cowboys live on national TV, and we walk away with a cool $500 cashings from our parlay. Let's go, guys. Stay out of trouble. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until next time, bonga bonga. Frig off.